seemingly reaching her, but keeps moving further and further away, evidently without an end. As we sit here on the banks of the Futala lake, let us attempt to trace the history of Nagpur and see where it takes us. The first instance of the name Nagpur, seen in writing, was in 940 AD. A copper plate with the name Nagpur was unearthed in Deoli village, a part of today's Wardha district. Nagpur. Where did this name come from? Historians say there are two possibilities. One, that the city was situated on the banks of the river Nag, and so it was called Nagpur. Another, that this was originally Nagpur, the land which was home to the Nagas, an Adivasi tribe, hence Nagpur. In the Ramayana, a dense forest between the Vindhya and Satpura mountain ranges is mentioned. This is the famous Abandakaranni forest. Nagpur is seen as a part of this forest and also as a significant settlement of the Vidarbha region. Nearly 2000 years ago, in 250 AD, King Vindhyashakti of the Vakatak dynasty established his domain in the Vidarbha region. Rudrasen II, his grandson, succeeded him as king. Rudrasen married Princess Prabhavati, the daughter of Chandragupta Maurya II of the Golden Age of India. Rudrasen died young, and his son, Divakar Sen, was named king. But Divakar Sen was minor, and so Queen Prabhavati ruled the kingdom as his regent. To manage the military and civil administration, Queen Prabhavati brought together a group of elite ministers from her father's kingdom. The civil administration was handled by Kalidas, the world-renowned Sanskrit poet. Kalidas composed his epic romantic poem Meghdut in nearby Ramgiri, today's Ramtek. Kalidas and Meghdut are thus associated with Nagpur. In history, sometimes centuries pass before a completely new era dawns. In the 13th century, when the Yadav rule spread from the Vindhyas to the whole of South India, Marathi literature flourished. Marathi was also the language spoken by the people of Nagpur. Mukundraj, the first Marathi poet, is mentioned in this period. King Hemadri, another Yadav king, constructed a number of temples and other monuments during his reign. His style of architecture came to be known as Hemad in Adasa, Ambhora, Bhugaon, Ramtek in Nagpur district, and many other places. One can find temples that reflect this style of architecture. In the year 1318, Qutbuddin Mubarak Shah defeated the Yadav king Harpal Dev. He was the first to introduce Islamic culture in Vidarbha and large parts of Maharashtra. In the Islamic era, Bakht Buland Shah was regarded as the greatest ruler. He conquered the surrounding hamlets and villages and made Nagpur a strong center. He was from the Rajagong dynasty. After him, Chand Sultan became king and made Nagpur his capital city. Shah Sultan built the Futala, which we now know as Gandhi Sagar. Futala was the only source of water for the entire city. Walls and gates were built around the city. The Jumma Gate, built during this time, still stands tall. Today, we know it as Gandhi Gate. Shah Sultan died in 1739. To help make administrative decisions, his widow invited the Maratha Sardar Raghuji Bhosle. In a span of 4 or 5 years, Raghuji Bhosle assumed complete control of the administration and thus began the Maratha reign. The Second Anglo-Maratha War, fought in 1803, Raghuji Bhosle II and Gwalior's Daulat Rao Scindia came together to fight the British. They were defeated and had to hand over a large part of their kingdom to the British. This heralded the beginning of British rule. 1817 saw the Third Anglo-Maratha War. Upper side fought valiantly, and for some time there was an interim Maratha rule. However, in 1853, using the doctrine of lapse, the British took control of the entire kingdom. This was just 4 years before the Sepoy Mutiny, the first war of Indian independence. The tentacles of British rule were spreading all over Hindustan. The English established the central provinces with Nagpur as its capital. In 1891, the 7th Indian National Congress Assembly was held in Nagpur. This infused a new surge of energy to the freedom movement. In 1907, the British conducted a survey of India. Like the navel is the center of the human body, the zero milestone was laid, and Nagpur became the geographical center of India. In a way, Nagpur is India's nucleus. In 1907, Lokmanya Tilak emerged as the leader of the extremist group of Congress. In Nagpur, Dada Saheb Khaparade, Dr. Balkrishna Shivaram Munje, Dr. Keshav Baliram Hedgewar represented the Tilak school of thought. In the same year, the Congress Assembly was to be held. Many wanted Tilak to preside over this session. School and college students took out processions carrying pictures of Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, Aurobindo Ghosh, and Bipin Chandra Pal. Students of Morris College welcomed their European professors with slogans of Vande Mataram. The streets, lanes and bylanes of Nagpur reverberated with the strains of Vande Mataram. And with that began a new movement, boycott British goods. By the time of Tilak's death in 1920, many changes had been introduced in Congress. Gandhiji declared Purna Swaraj, or total independence, at Sevagram, 75 kilometers from Nagpur, and made Sevagram his Karma Bhumi, place of destiny. In 1925, on Vijayadashmi Day, Dr. Keshav Baliram Hedgewar established the RSS, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, in Nagpur, which is the largest NGO in the world today. In March 1929, when members of the Simon Commission visited Nagpur, they were greeted by protesting students. And on the 14th of July 1929, the Indian tricolor was hoisted in Hislop College. 16th April 1930, the Nagpur War Council was founded. On the 12th of August 1942, the Dwari railway godown and post office in Nagpur was set on fire. This was part of the Quit India movement. In 1942, when the Congress started the Quit India movement, Nagpur was an enthusiastic participant. 15th of August, 1947, India became independent. The Indian national flag was unfurled from the ramparts of the historic Sitamarhi fort.
When the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom.
14th October 1956, under the leadership of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, 380,000 people gathered in Nagpur to embrace Buddhism. Diksha Bhumi, where this event was held, is today a sacred Buddhist site. There is another interesting and unique facet to Nagpur: the Royal Bengal tiger. Apart from being known as the Orange City, Nagpur is also the tiger capital of India. Nagpur's influence in the print media is notable. Desh Sevak, the first Marathi newspaper, was started in Nagpur in 1907. And in 1922, the first bi-monthly Sanskrit magazine was published. Nagpur's contribution to education has also been significant. In 1920, there were 46 public schools. An exclusive school for girls was first established in Sitamarhi in 1878. In 1923, the Nagpur University was founded. The Government Medical College, established in 1947, was then the largest medical college in Asia. Nagpur is home to a unique festival, Marbat, not seen in any other part of India. Large idols are specially made and taken on a procession through the streets of Nagpur. This is believed to remove all evil and negativity affecting the city. This circumambulation of the city ends with the burning of the idols at the Naik Talam. This tradition is over 100 years old. Ram Navami Shobha Yatra is another popular festival in Nagpur. Idols of Ram, Sita, Lakshman and Hanuman are placed on a decorated chariot and taken out on a procession, accompanied by music and dance. Many prominent personalities of Nagpur have been part of the progress and development of India. Nagpur's contribution to the country has been multifaceted and truly colorful. Like a kaleidoscope, Nagpur is a place of many shades and hues, engaging, eternal, unforgettable.